Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Please stay with me for the next 10 to 15 minutes. It isn't long as I highlight the latest news events and provide commentary as well for February 10th, 2026 regarding local, regional, and international security, political, and social issues that affect you and I on a daily basis. Starting off locally here in Trinidad and Tobago, on Saturday, the 7th February 2026, Senator the Honorable Ravi Ratiram, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, alongside Minister Nicholas Morris, Member of Parliament for Mayaro and Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs and in the Office of the Prime Minister, engaged with farmers trying to boost the agricultural sector and fisher folk across key communities in the Mayaro constituency. The outreach involves stakeholders from Kurnaham, Radix Point, Labre Village, and Guayari, and included guided tours of the Guayari and the Ottawa fish landing facilities. Discussions centered on priority issues affecting farmers and fisherfolk within the constituency, including land tenure, farmer registration, access to incentives, in agricultural access roads. You need proper roads, people. Predial larceny, that affects farmers in such a significant way here in Trinidad and Tobago. Infrastructure and security. The engagement also provided a platform for participants to raise concerns directly and propose practical solutions to improve productivity and sustainability. Minister Ratiram reaffirmed the ministry's commitment to collaborative action with stakeholders to resolve persistent challenges and expand support for farmers and fisher folk. We need to revive the agricultural sector here in Trinidad and Tobago. Hopefully in the future they will invest even more money into that. The Port Authority of Trinidad and Tobago has announced the re-entry of the Bucco Reef Fast Ferry to service on the Sea Bridge from Monday, February 9th, 2026. Of course, that was yesterday. The PATT said the reintroduction of the Bucco Reef will add some much needed capacity. Definitely it will. The vessel can accommodate approximately 948 passengers and 160 vehicles. The Bucco Reef will operate alongside the APT James and Galleons Passage for passenger and vehicle services and heavy cargo barge. Elgin 4 will continue to provide supporting transportation of construction materials, heavy freight, and essential cargo to Tobago. Road restoration update, Richmond and Tragrit. The Port of Spain Corporation Road Restoration Team has officially wrapped up repairs at the corner of Richmond Street and Tragrit Road. Remember, for 10 years, people, Port of Spain, the capital of Trinidad and Tobago, had huge potholes under the PNM administration. We are paving the way for a better commute, ensuring a smoother journey through this major city intersection. But we need to actually pave the roads. People, stop with this patching policy. That's a PNM policy. Our crews are working hard across the capital to make your daily drive safer and more reliable. One street at a time. We are leveling up Port of Spain. Give credit, of course. Credit is due. But I just hope that this patching phase only temporary. Form 1 students of Astra Boys College, San Fernando, marked an important milestone as they received their AI-enabled laptops on Friday, the 6th of February, 2026. These laptops equip students with the skills and knowledge needed to thrive in the technology-driven world, the world that we live in today, opening doors to new career paths in areas such as software development, engineering, and digital innovation. Laptop distribution will continue in coming weeks. I can't wait to hear about it being distributed in Sangre Grande. I don't think it has taken place thus far. Parents will receive updates from their children's school principal. Let's continue working together to ensure all students are equipped to thrive in a digital world. Once again, giving credit when credit is due. I'm telling you, the Kamala Prasad administration will develop the health sector, education sector, the energy sector here in Trinidad and Tobago. It will revive it. But the problem that I continue to highlight is how they are also implementing P&M types of policies, which is higher taxes, higher fees, higher fines, and so forth. And that is something that the Kamala Prasad administration, they promised they were not going to do during the election campaign. Madam Prime Minister, if it is you change those policies and go back to UNC's traditional style of governance, I guarantee you, even though you're retiring most likely in 2030, the UNC will win again. But if you don't, most likely the UNC is not going to win, even though you are doing so much good in these other ways. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Minister of Agriculture, Israel Bruce, has announced that plans are underway to strengthen the fight against predial larceny. It's affecting people all around the world, especially in the Caribbean. As the government moves to protect farmers and their livelihoods, a lot of the times people get fed up of farming because of that, working hard, and then individuals come to just take what they believe belongs to them. Speaking at the first North Leeward Community meeting hosted by Member of Parliament and Minister of Tourism, Dr. Kishore Shalom, last Thursday evening, Minister Bruce said one of the immediate steps includes the distribution of mobile phones to assist in tracking farms and livestock. He explained that the initiative will support quicker reporting and response in cases of theft. The minister noted that this measure will complement technology being provided through Taiwan aimed at improving monitoring and security within the agricultural sector. Because, you need to be self-sufficient as a country when it pertains to food, and even you might be able to do some exporting as well. Boost your economy. He added that discussions have already been held with relevant stakeholders to ensure the initiative is implemented in a timely manner. Thus far, the new government in the St. Vincent and the Grenadines is doing a pretty good job.
I have a little more news for you farmers down here who are struggling with the stealing of your crops and your animals. I have started discussion and about to conclude discussion with one of the telephone companies in St. Vincent to look at putting gadgets into the hands of at least 400 to 600 farmers. The whole idea is to ensure that that gadget has an app and a receiving system that would allow you to be able to communicate and communicate properly to other farmers, with the police, with the ministry, and what have you. And we're looking to put together an application that would allow you to be able to connect your gadget to motion cameras that are solar powered on your farms to help you to address the issue of predial larceny. We've just arrived, but we are working in your favor.
Government Member of Parliament and Chief Planning Officer at the Ministry of Education in Guyana, Mashika White Griffith, has said that the government's expanding use of digital education platforms is helping to reduce disparities between coastal and hinterland communities. White Griffith made this known while making her contribution to the 2026 budget debate, during which she said the People's Progressive Party, Irfan Ali Party administration, is utilizing technology to ensure equitable access to education nationwide. This is part of the $183.6 billion allocation to the education sector in this year's budget. Telling you, Irfan Ali administration is continuing to do well after doing so much good in their first term between 2020 to 2025. She added that digital education is now a core pillar of national development, enabling learning to reach students in remote and underserved areas through multiple platforms rather than relying solely on traditional classrooms or internet access. Accountability advocates in Jamaica are warning that accepting good intentions as justification for breaching procurement laws could undermine Jamaica's system of public administration, following an Auditor General's finding that the senior government minister Darrell Vaz improperly acquired 200 Starlink devices after Hurricane Melissa. Because remember, you don't want any kind of corruption to end up taking place. You want to really and truly the devices and the funding to reach the people. Jeanette Calder, Executive Director of the Jamaica Accountability Meter Portal, said that while she does not question Vaz's sincerity, endorsing his actions would create a precedent, which is true, allowing public officials to disregard the law whenever urgency is claimed. 100% correct. Moving on to the interesting facts segment. Pygmy seahorses are astonishingly tiny, starting life smaller than a grain of rice. You can imagine that, smaller than a grain of rice, and growing just to 1.4 to 2.7 centimeters as adults, making them among the smallest vertebrates on Earth. What's more remarkable is the extreme specialization. Each species lives almost entirely on a single type of sea fan coral, perfectly matching its color, texture, and tiny bumps, so it actually looks like part of the coral itself. This camouflage makes them nearly invisible, even to experienced divers. Scientists have found that many pygmy seahorses spend their entire lives on the very sea fan where they are born, revealing a hidden world of precision and adaptation beneath the ocean's surface. It is to stay in one spot for your entire life. Wow. Closing off now with a travel segment. Yellowstone National Park, which is definitely on my wish list of places to visit. America's first national park since 1872, located primarily in Wyoming. It's a premier 2.2 million acre wilderness renowned for its dramatic geothermal-driven landscape and abundant wildlife. 2.2 million acres. Wow. It features the world's largest concentration of geysers, including Old Faithful hot springs like Grand Prismatic, the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, and herds of bison and grizzly bears in the Lamar Valley. I love nature so much. This is definitely a place I would love to visit. Folks, that brings us to the end of today's headline news. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay blessed and stay safe, most of all. In Jesus' name, see you tomorrow.